Baltimore has a serious crime problem. It's some of the worst crime in all of the major cities in USA. Usually, when you want less crime, you try to have more cops. Or at least when you arrest someone and find them guilty in a court of law, you take away their ability to commit more crimes by locking them away from the other people. We have all heard about district attorneys who just refuse to prosecute criminals, and they're back on the street mere moments after being arrested. You can see many examples from Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Chicago, Baltimore. Well, just about any large city that's run by an overwhelming majority of Democrats. I'm not going to say that's the problem, but it certainly is a pattern. There's a breaking story from Baltimore that I just found yesterday. There's a young guy. We're going to just call him Bryce because he's not 18 years old yet. See, Bryce has a bad habit of committing a lot of crime. He's not just stealing candy bars at the local bodega. He's carjacking. It first started with breaking into cars to steal stuff like cigarettes and chains. Then he moved up to carjacking, which is extremely violent and has a high chance of extreme property damage and serious bodily injury. 15-year-old kids are not very good drivers, especially in a brand new car that they just acquired by threatening violence to its previous occupant. Now, this type of behavior is sad and unfortunate. But in Baltimore, it's hardly newsworthy, unfortunately. As I said earlier, crime is just everywhere in Baltimore. So, Bryce has been arrested. Actually, he was arrested 19 times. Remember, he's only 15 years old. He was not prosecuted for any crimes. The legal system just keeps dropping the charges over and over again. Not even custodial arrest, like an ankle bracelet, home monitoring. Nothing. Well, there was this one time. He was put on probation. But he broke every probation rule on day one. And they just didn't care. Do we have to wait until something really bad happens? According to the reports, he's already tried to run over a few cops that were trying to stop the last carjacking incident. So, his father steps in, and he appears to be trying to fix the problem. On his last arrest, the father, Santiago, calls the local police department and tells the cops, lock him up, teach him a lesson. I mean, this lesson should have been taught a long time ago, but I'll take what I can get. So the cops said, no, we're not going to lock him up. They might have said, no, we're never going to lock him up. But that's just my speculation. So the dad now says, no, I'm not coming to pick him up from jail. You keep him. I'm sure this back and forth goes on for a bit. The dad pleads his case that he fears this will keep escalating and his child won't make it to see 18 years old. So the cops finally decide an arrest should be made. Of course, they threaten to arrest the father. They threaten to charge him with abandonment and neglect for not showing up to pick up his child. Ain't that something? I guess the cops do have the ability to press charges after all. And they were serious. If he didn't pick up his child within 3 hours, well, you can guess the rest. So when asked about this situation, I don't know what to do anymore, he said. I've looked into boot camps. I just can't afford it. Santiago says he was threatened when he tried to teach his son a lesson. He's a father who believes his son needs to be punished to be rescued. I want my son to get some help. I mean, if it's jail, that's what it's going to take, then jail. What my son needs, he needs some mental help. Those were all direct quotes from the article. Santiago says he's now facing restitution fines for his son's crimes that are taking a heavy financial toll on his family. He's also set up a GoFundMe page in response. Oh, great. Sure, GoFundMe is allowed for this, but not Canadian truckers. I can't make sense of this world anymore. So how does this end? Well, the final chapter hasn't been written yet. I hope this story can help shine a light on this and the father can get the help that he's requesting. But in all reality, it appears like it will continue. And from previous examples, when crime goes unpunished, it escalates. Every criminal has a little bag of tricks. The real trick is that you never know when that bag is empty. His father may be correct, and this kid won't make it to 18. Baltimore's a tough town. There's always someone tougher, sooner or later. This is a tough situation. And as soon as you're done hitting the like and subscribing real quick, tell me, how would you handle this? Can a solution even be possible at this level? All right, I got another video coming later, so I'll see you soon.